generation won't retire. Busting through the mic, our voices never expire. We ignite the spirit, never fading out. Light the torch, USC fans rise up high. On this podcast, we aim for the sky. Knowledge and entertainment never lie. Together we stand, let the truth amplify.
What's going on, Trojan fans? Welcome back to a live episode of the Light the Torch podcast, and it is Michigan State week. And who knows, maybe this could be a new rivalry that we could all start going on about. I saw a post about a Trojan horse trophy going on. I don't know if you guys saw that, but we got a special guest in here. He's part of the Spartan Savants podcast. They are Michigan State podcast here. We have Trav. How's it going, Trav? Oh, I don't know why we can't hear you right now. Don't know what's going on.
Oh, there we go.
There it goes.
My mic got turned off. I don't know.
No worries. But yeah, how's it going?
I'm good. I'm glad to be here, and I'm all on board with that Trojan horse trophy, by the way. So.
All right. Well, we really appreciate you coming on here, and we'll go ahead and get your thoughts about the game, the offensive keys and defensive keys, and just your final thoughts about it, and get a score prediction from you. And we got some questions for you, so we're going to try to get some information from you here. But before we go ahead and get on to the rest of the show, let me go ahead and introduce the squad over here. So we got Mr. B. Jones in the center. How's it going, B. Jones?
Right on.
All right, and of course, our man on the far right who runs our Twitch channel, Guns. How's it going, Guns?
Doing good, guys. Fight on.
Right on. And then, of course, on to the bottom right here, we have Mr. Raul Flores. How's it going, Raul?
It's going great. Fight on, guys.
All right, and of course, we can't start without our Christen, the man who always helps us start the podcast. Really appreciate the $5 dono. And but yeah. So let's go ahead and Trav, go ahead and give us a little bit of brief history about you and your podcast, and you and your team, and how long you guys been doing the show.
Yeah, so we are the Spartan Savants podcast, which is the Michigan State representative in the college huddle, like you guys with USC. It's me and Winston and Nick. We all went to Michigan State during the Mark D'Antonio era, during the Rose Bowl win, and the college football playoff appearances, and a couple of those Big Ten championships. So I mean, I've been a Michigan State fan my entire life. The other two guys are kind of, I guess, newer, but I mean, we all went there at the same time. All have the same passion for it and everything. I'm also a freelance sports writer in the Dallas area, so sports are just everywhere for me. Find our show on the College Huddle and pretty much all your podcasting platforms and all that, and we just have a good time talking Spartans.
All right, nice. And how long have you guys been doing the podcast for?
The podcast, I believe this is our third season doing it. It was originally just me talking football. And then one of the other guys was like, "Well, why don't we make it a state show?" And so we did. And that's where we are now. So
nice. That's about how long we've been doing our show too. So that's good to know. And I'm sorry, but James Booker, he's our residential Michigan fan. So you guys might not get along. But
I'm sorry for you guys.
All right. Well, we'll go ahead and get into some. I do have some questions for you. I know some of us are kind of wondering here. What's the status on Nick Marsh?
Yeah, they've been kind of non-committal on that. They said when Jonathan Smith was asked by the Big Ten Network after the game, they said that they didn't really know. They just didn't anticipate it being anything serious. A couple of days later, they kind of asked him the same thing, and he was like, "Well, we're still trying to figure it out. Hopefully we'll have an answer by Friday." So that's about what we have. Doesn't appear to be anything serious, but that is a huge player for us, especially some of the reporters have pointed out last year, this same week, we had a big road trip to Boston College where Nick Marsh couldn't play, and we ended up losing that game. So it's kind of an interesting parallel from year to year.
Interesting. Well, I got some more questions, but I'm going to let my co-hosts. Do you guys have any questions for Trav before we get into his predictions?
Yeah, Travis, why don't you give us some of the strengths about this Michigan State team?
Yeah, I would say receiving core is definitely one of the strengths. Besides Nick Marsh, you have Amari Kelly transferred in from Middle Tennessee. They got a couple other transfers in Rodney Bullard and Krishan McCray, who was an all-MAC receiver at Kent State. Those guys haven't really gotten involved as much as Nick Marsh and Amari Kelly have really been the top two guys. But you could see Bullard and McCray get a lot more burn, especially if Nick Marsh isn't able to go, or even if he's on a limited count. So they've been talking about all these guys at the receiver spot being pretty much their deepest position on the roster all off season. Until last game, I would have said running back was starting to be a little bit of a strength because they had a couple guys emerge. But Mekhi Frazier, who was the top guy so far, I believe they said he left last game in a walking boot. So I don't know how much time he's going to get, how many carries he's going to get, if he's even going to be available. And then they kind of didn't do very much against Youngstown State in the running game. So I don't think you could call that much of a strength anymore, even though it felt like it the first two games. And then, of course, you got Aiden Childs, the quarterback. Huge year. I mean, he kind of turned a page, like halfway through last season. He had a lot of turnover issues earlier. I believe he only has one interception this year, and that came on a tip ball at the line of scrimmage. So he's taking care of the ball a lot better. The offensive line hasn't been protecting him very well, and he's still taking off on these 10 to 12-yard runs, just making defenders miss. So he's a real asset in that side. And then I guess the strongest part of the defense would be the linebackers. They're experienced guys with Jordan Hall, Wayne Matthews. Jordan Hall's a junior captain. Wayne Matthews, I believe, is a sixth-year guy. They might struggle a little bit in coverage, but they're really good sideline to sideline overall guys and big leaders on this team. And then you can also count the punter if you want. He's constantly putting the punter. He's got a lot of punts inside the 20, a lot of punts that just died inside the 5, roll out of bounds at the 1-yard line this year. Has a little bit of swagger to him when he hits those too. Starts practicing his chip shot on the golf course and shrugging it off and walking off and all that kind of stuff. So he's an entertaining player to watch, and he's good at what he does.
Yeah, I think you guys are third in punting, so averaging 49. So yeah,
not great when you have to put that as a strength, but
hey, no, trust me, we had that as a strength last year, and we were happy for our punter.
It makes a difference. It definitely makes a difference.
Yeah, our punter last year was consistently putting it within the 10. So, and he would get mad if it was even at the 15. So,
yeah,
it's definitely a good strength to have sometimes, because everything no one wants to punt, but if you have a good punter that can flip the field for you, that's definitely a good thing to have.
Exactly.
All right. Anyone else that have any questions here? Raul or Guns?
I had a quick question. Not in particular to this game, but just what are your guys' thoughts on Jonathan Smith so far in his tenure with Michigan State?
That was my question.
Yeah, it's been a mixed bag. I'd say we were very excited to have him. I don't know how much anybody nationally followed that coaching search or whatever, but in the Michigan radio stations were all like, oh, they're going to go hire some MAC coach and they're never going to be able to pull anybody else from any of these bigger programs. And we went and did that instead of, what everybody, being the poor program, essentially, that people were expecting us to be, which I thought was a total misnomer, but also there's probably a little bit of homerism on my side there too. So, but the first season would have gone over a lot better if we could have made a bowl game and been competitive in a few of those games. I mean, once we got into conference play, we basically weren't competitive, except for when we beat the crap out of Purdue, and they even still outscored us in the second half. So that was not it wasn't a fun first season, but you could kind of see the vision starting to come together later in the season, even though the wins weren't really there. This year, you've seen the depth build up on a bunch of spots in on the roster. You've seen the quarterback take steps with Aiden Childs. You've seen guys, the players that he recruited start to step up and take roles on this team, and the coaching staff's overall influence on the team so far. The big question is, they had a statement game against Boston College earlier this year, for all intents and purposes of where the program's at right now. But after the way Boston College performed last week, they don't really. It's kind of hard to see this being a good season considering we barely beat them in overtime. So it's the big question is, what's this team going to look like once conference play gets going, and once they get into the games that, I don't want to say the other games didn't matter, but the games that matter more.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're definitely familiar with Jonathan Smith. So it's definitely he played he coached really well against us when we played Oregon State. When we had Caleb Williams, it came down to one of the final plays on the drive, and it was definitely a stressful game. So it sucks that he's following us to the Big Ten now. So
there are people that want him gone.
Really?
One of the Detroit radio hosts is a big Michigan State alum, and he was ready to fire him if they lost that Boston College game, and he was calling for his head earlier today on the radio. So it's there. That tells you how impatient people are at this day and age of college football.
That is true. But he has an effect. Like his second or third year, he always makes leaps when it comes to his program.
Yeah. Well, and then I think also part of the equation is we have a new athletic director that was just hired a couple months ago that did not hire Jonathan Smith. So there's a lot of people that read into that and be like, oh, he wants to bring in his own guy. So I don't necessarily agree with that, but it's part of the narrative that people are pushing.
All right. Raul, do you have any questions?
No. I just have a quick question. Do you think that the start time is going to impact your guys' players? And when are you guys planning on leaving? To kind of piggyback off of one of our commenters here.
Yeah, I think they said that they're leaving on Thursday, if I remember correctly from Coach Smith's press conference. I'm a little worried about not necessarily the start time, but just the fact that it's a West Coast road game. I mean, the only games we've even really been competitive in out there are the Rose Bowl that we won and bowl games that we've been out there. We haven't won a true West Coast Pacific time zone road game since 1957. Wow. It's a little bit. I think we're 0-15 in that span. So it's not something that we're particularly good at. I mean, obviously it hasn't happened in my lifetime, and that was even before my dad was around. So that was it's been quite a while since they've been able to have success on the West Coast, and some of those games have been pretty ugly. So that's the one thing that always worries me when I see those games. But I mean, I'm excited to see this one back.
Yeah, we had a similar issue where we were 0-14 on the East Coast or anything past Central Standard Time, and we finally just kind of got past that little monkey on our shoulder by beating Purdue last week. So
that's good. Yeah, those situations you can never really totally predict because everybody reacts to them differently and everything. But they do what they can to try to adjust.
All right. Well, Guns took my question here, but I guess I can come up with another question off the top of my head. But what are your thoughts? Because I know Jonathan Smith is from the West Coast. Is that correct, B. Jones? I think he is. And is there any kind of concern from your end that he might try to go to that UCLA opening for UCLA?
We all think that's overblown. It's just people trying to fit that narrative on there, and I mean, we don't. His buyout now that we've changed athletic directors is a lot cheaper than it was before, so that's something that's interesting on that end. But none of us really think that he's heading anywhere.
All right.
mean, you guys are the better program overall, regardless. So
Yeah.
I don't think he wants to go to a worse situation.
But yeah, the stuff I've read, I mean, you guys might know more, but the stuff that I've read about the way that program is these days, I don't see why many coaches would want to go out there and deal with all that.
Maybe if he wanted to coach basketball, then yes.
Yeah.
Other than that, like UCLA just does not take football serious at all. So
Yeah.
and the fact that they're paying the California Athletic Department or whatever, I forgot who it was, but they're paying like $10 million a year for 3 years because they had to leave to go to the Big Ten. So they're financially kind of struggling, I feel like, at least. I don't know really what their financial situation is, but having to pay $10 million a year is pretty rough.
Yeah. Those the expansion deals for these schools and these conferences are kind of weird like that, and there's a lot of schools having to eat some money in that.
And real quick, I put up a poll here. I said, should USC and Michigan State create a trophy for this game? And so far, out of 9 votes, 67% say yes and 33% say no. So if you guys are watching on YouTube or if you're on Twitter, jump over to YouTube and make a vote and let us know what you guys think. But yeah, all right.
I think so far, those people are right. So keep it going.
All right, let's go ahead and jump in real quick here. Let's go ahead and get your offensive keys to success for this game.
Yeah, I would say Michigan State side, you gotta stay ahead of the sticks. They're not the way the offensive line is played makes you worry about those third and longs, or even just whatever down and long, and playing behind the sticks. I mean, like I said earlier, Aiden Childs has been running for his life half of this time, and they've been rotating guys on the offensive line, but they also just lost one of their starting offensive linemen for the season in the last game. So it was another Oregon State transfer. So it's been an issue. We like to somewhat joke that we haven't had a good offensive line since we were in school, which was almost 10 years ago now. But it's been pretty bad for a while, and it sometimes they show progress, like in the Iowa game last year, but then they go right back into their shell and play soft and aren't pushing anybody off the ball. And you can't really forget about the passing game. You can't even run the ball at that. And Michigan State has always kind of been founded on running the football. So, I mean, I would say that's probably the biggest offensive key for Michigan State, is just staying ahead of the chains and not, offensive line play and not getting penalties, because they've had issues with penalties as well.
Well, hopefully Aiden Childs can run really fast, because USC right now leads the nation in sacks. So
yeah,
which is crazy.
Not great for us, yeah. And we've one of our best offensive tackles has, he's supposed to be a good player, but hasn't looked so great this year. So it's a little. We were calling him flat-foot against the in the Boston College game a couple weeks ago, because he just kept getting beat and looked like he was falling backwards half the time. So,
oh, okay.
It's a little tough.
All right, and for defensive keys to success,
gotta be pass defense. I know you guys have a more balanced game, or more balanced offense this year than what people usually think of in a Lincoln Riley offense and all that, with the running game improved and all that. But we have the number 9, I believe, rush defense in the nation right now. So we're pretty good in that area. What we haven't been good at since 2019 probably is the pass defense. I mean, we're, I think, 119th in the country right now out of 134 teams in passing yards allowed. Boston College game that I've brought up a couple times. The reason that game was so close and everything, Boston College could have even won it, was because their receivers were running routes with nobody within 10 yards of them the entire game. And it was just chunk play after chunk play. I don't think we had a single sack in that game either. And to that point, we didn't have a single sack in conference play at all last season. Oh. So huge. It was weird because through the first 4 weeks, I think it was, we were top 25 or something in sacks, and then we didn't have one the rest of the year. So it was very concerning to see. They've tried to shuffle that a lot. Anelu of Lafele, trying to say the name right. He's a redshirt freshman originally from Hawaii, transferred in from Wisconsin. He's probably our best pass rusher right now that they've liked to put out there. He's basically had a sack in every game that he's been in so far, except they didn't count the Boston College one because they tackled the quarterback, ended up with the ball back at the line of scrimmage. So it should have been a sack from where he hit him because he made contact probably like 5 yards behind the line. But he's the biggest pass rushing threat for the Spartans.
That's kind of how USC was last year. Actually, our edges were not really like too effective when it came to sacking the quarterback, and like this year has just been completely flipped around when it comes to that area here. But yeah, let's see. Let's get into your final thoughts and your predictions with your score prediction for the game.
Yeah. This one is going to be a tough one for my squad. I think everything's pretty much stacked against us with that's not to complain. That's just stating the fact here that the fact that we can't win in the West Coast, the fact that our defense really hasn't been able to stop anybody noteworthy this year. It's a very, very bad mix of conditions for us. I think this is probably going to be a high scoring game. I'd say I'm going to go 41-30, you guys.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we just lost one of our potential starters and DBs and Chasen Johnson, so that definitely is
that'll help. But we don't know what we got right now. Still, we're still one of those.
You're still worrying about your wide receiver Nick, right?
I mean, that's one of them. I have confidence in the other guys. It's more our defense that I worried about. I don't see, like, I haven't watched much of your defense so far this year, but I'm very pleased with how our offense has been this year, not so much with our defense, and that's kind of what we need to fix to be able to get back into competing in the Big Ten.
All right, and let's see, what else was I going to ask? Anyone else have any questions for Trav before we let him go?
No, I think
good on mine. Yeah.
I was just gonna say anything that you would like us to know about Michigan State football.
Like what? Like
tell us about game day traditions.
Game day traditions. Yeah. Well, let's see. Well, I mean, it's not really going to matter for this one since it's not really a home game. But what they do for home games is at the beginning they'll have Spartan Walk, which is Coach Smith will lead the team from the hotel that they stayed on campus across the campus and past all the fans and everything across the river and into the football stadium. And then I guess the team will run out to Thunderstruck when they get on the field. Yes, they did cheat, and yes, they did get a late punishment. That's been covered at will or ad nauseum on our show. It's it's ridiculous. Yeah, and then there's, I mean, everybody will come into the stadium, get all rattled up on everything. They'll have Sparty run out there with the band. And he plants the flag at midfield usually. And let's see what else we got. There used to be one of the big things was they would announce like the weather and the forecast or whatever. Then the guy would go, which means it's a beautiful day for football, and it's just announce it on the speakers and everything. I don't know if they're still doing that because that guy unfortunately passed away earlier this year. So I don't know what the deal is with that. I haven't been back to a game there since 2021 when Kenneth Walker scored 5 touchdowns on Michigan. But yes, they do also have 2 receivers that were on the Blitnikoff list that were not Marsh. That was McCray and Amari Kelly. So that's why I have some confidence in those guys. And then, I feel like I'm forgetting some game day traditions for whatever. I wasn't ready for that one, but there's the fight songs playing. They'll get all fired up with the first down. There's some profanities that come out of the student section with that one, as well as when the other team scores or just middle third quarter, all that stuff. So it's a good time. They've also enhanced some of the game day stuff this year with the new athletic director, and I believe they've put in like different concessions in the stadium as well.
Nice.
So it was used to kind of be little rough for those little bare bones on the and didn't used to be able to buy beer in the stadium either. So
that's weird.
Yeah.
Speaking of, give us your go-to restaurant in East Lansing. So if we were to go out there for a
question, I would say I was big on the Peanut Barrel. They'll give you a burger and fries, and then they get the Long Island iced tea is what their drink's known for.
Okay.
They automatically cut you off after 2 of them, no matter who you are.
Really?
So that was a good one. That was probably the go-to restaurant. People probably had better options there, but that was definitely one of the go-tos that I had when I was there.
Nice. All right. Well, we so far right now 16 or out of 15 votes, 60% say yes and 40% say no for the trophy. I think we need a trophy. I think it would be good, and like it's going to be interesting to see how our mascots interact with each other. That should be a fun thing to watch. So
it should be a fight on the sidelines. That'd be cool.
But yeah.
Good spirited one. Not that.
Yeah, exactly. All right, well, Trav, we really appreciate you being on the show. Go ahead and let everyone know where they can find your show, and just go ahead and give any kind of plug.
Yeah, we again, Spartan Savants, like this podcast, we're on the College Huddle. You can find us on our YouTube channel. We could definitely use the likes and subscriptions and interactions and all that. And then we're on Spotify, Apple, whatever podcasting platforms you get your podcasts on. And then we have Instagram and Twitter page, and working on the Facebook page, but there's some issues with Facebook's like rules or whatever. Like basically we changed the page name from a different name, and it won't let me keep what our actual podcast name is on there, so it's under a different name.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff wrong with Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But
right.
That's basically where everything is.
Cool. Well, definitely go ahead and give them a subscribe, and we'll definitely have to do this again the next time we play you guys. All right, man.
Yeah,
appreciate you, Trav. Make sure you drink your coffee before you watch the game. It's gonna be 11 p.m. right?
Yeah, I'm covering stuff that day from 11 a.m. local time on. So it's gonna be a long day, and we'll probably have our episode up on the game for our podcast sometime tomorrow.
Nice. So, yeah, I know how you feel. I'm in Minnesota, so it's going to be late for me too. So
yeah.
All right, man. Well, you have a great rest of your night, okay?
All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
All right. Well, we really appreciate Trav with the Spartan Savants podcast for coming on to the show, and thank you, James. James, for being really nice to him and not being a delinquent on here, James. But you kept it PG, so we really appreciate that, James. But all right, well, let's go ahead and get it on to our portion of our show here. So for the first quarter, we'll go to the offensive keys to success. So B. Jones, go ahead and start us off.
offensive keys to success. We got to jump out early, man. I think we get some explosive players, get a couple touchdowns early, and we're going to have to force them to pass the ball, right? They would have to play from behind, have to rely on their passing game. Although their receivers looking pretty good, and Aiden Childs looks a lot better too. Don't get me wrong, but we rather them try to beat us with his arm, right, than them trying to slow the pace down. So if we can get them at our pace, if we jump out early, I think that is the key to our victory.
All right, and give us an MVP.
MVP. I'm gonna go Jaden.
Oh,
Yeah, I
so
know.
you're starting to copy your role, I see.
Yeah, safe pick, Jaden.
Hey, but he said that we couldn't pick Jaden last week, but he decides to go with Jaden this week.
I didn't say that. I said it's starting to become like Caleb, the Caleb thing. Remember that from a few years ago?
It kind of is at this point. All right, Guns.
Let it
Yeah, I mean,
continue.
just continue to do what we've been doing. Would like to stay balanced, right? He did mention that they've been good against the run, but definitely want to still make sure that we still run the ball. I think red zone offense needs to be better this week. That should be a focus point from the staff. Let's see some more QB design runs, maybe. I definitely think we can use the running backs in the passing game, especially in the red zone this game. So definitely kind of mix and match when we get down to that side of the field. And MVP, I'm gonna go Makai Lemon. Again, explosive plays. He's Mr. Explosive basically. So I think he's gonna have a great game.
All right, roll.
Pretty much what Guns and B Jones mentioned. Just spreading the ball. I know they say make sure you guys establish the run so you can open up the passing for us, but I think it'll be the opposite, right? Being that they have a really good run defense. I think if we can spread the ball and Jaden Maava can pick apart the defense, it'll open up those holes for our running backs. So if we do that, I think we'll have a pretty stress-free night on Saturday. And I expect Jaden to do his thing and expect him to be MVP. Like I've said, we'll continue picking Jaden because I'm pretty sure he'll have my back.
All right. And before I give my offensive keys to success, I have a quick little history lesson when it comes to USC versus Michigan State. So last time we played Michigan State was on New Year's Day, or not New Year's Day, New Year's Eve, in December 31st, 1990, and we lost to them 17-16. So, and our record against Michigan State is 4-4, but we're undefeated against them at home. So that's definitely good. And like he said, that they haven't won in the West Coast since 1950 something or whatever. So we're going to keep that going. But I definitely think that this line definitely needs to establish dominance right off the bat, even though they are the number one Russian defense. But I'm no disrespect, but who did they play? They played Youngstown State, Boston College, which took them into double overtime, and then they also played Western Michigan. So I'm sure it wouldn't be that hard to kind of hold those teams to an easy they're averaging 64 yards a game, so it's not that hard to do that when it comes to going against the FCS team. But the FCS team looked pretty good against them, so I'm surprised they're not a little worried about that. But Boston College is number one in passing offense. So they're averaging 393 yards, and that's Boston College. So if Boston College is doing that, I wouldn't be surprised if we could pass that. I wouldn't be surprised if Jaden breaks his record of his most recent record against them. So yeah, I just hopefully our offensive line establishes dominance against them. But for my MVP, I'm gonna go with Jacoby. I'm gonna go with Jacoby. I think Jacoby will have another explosive game. I think both Makai and Jacoby are going to have 100 yards receiving games. I'm hoping this is their first game that they both go over that triple-digit yardage. But yeah. All right, let's move on to defensive keys to success here. So let's start in reverse order with Raul. Or is Raul out for right now? I'm not sure where Raul is at. Raul, you there? Going once, going twice. Sold. Okay. Going on to, let's go with Guns then. Let's go ahead and give us your defensive keys to success.
Yeah, I mean, just be aware of the different formations. You know, they like to be under center. They like to be in shotgun, empty. So I wouldn't expect, wouldn't be surprised basically to see like 5-man fronts at times when they're under center. They're going to, again, throw a bunch of packages at us. Need to be aware of the QB design runs. Need to force them to be one-dimensional, so obviously just stop the run in general. And then they like to use the tight end in the red zone, and they do like the motion. Overall, but definitely when they get to the red zone. So communication is going to be key from all sides and of the defense. So those would be my keys of success and thoughts. MVP, I'm going to go. Ramsey a little bit quiet, I'd say. Given that he's playing nickel, but he's gonna show out, and his name's gonna be heard.
All right. Before we move on to B Jones here, quick thing about the teams that they played rushing percentage. So Boston College, they are 130th in overall total rushing, averaging 73 yards a game, and they played Fordham, Michigan State, and Stanford. So I'm not saying their stats are inflated, but just saying. And then for Western Michigan, their total rushing offense is 109th in the country, and they played North Texas and Illinois, but that's Illinois. So, yeah, I don't know if they're rushing. The teams that they played had really good run games. Just saying. But B Jones, and we'll get to Raul's last since he kind of had to dip out for a brief second. But B Jones, go ahead and give us your defensive keys to success and MVP.
All right, defensive keys. I mentioned that we should jump out early on offense, meaning that they won't be able to rely on their run game. We'll get them out of their run game. So with that being said, I expect us to get after Charles, man. Sorry, I couldn't think of his name. We should be able to get after Charles, man. They've given up 8 sacks already on the season, and we have the best pass rush in the country, like I told you guys. I had to throw that in there. Like I told you guys we would. So yeah, man, I expect them to get out of the game plan early, have to fight from behind. So they'll be trying to throw the ball, and we're going to let it fly, man. We're going to pin our ears back and get after them. But we do need an interior rush. I mean, the interior guys are going to have to, to really bring it home. And outside guys are going to have to keep it contained, because Charles can make plays on his feet. We prefer him trying to beat us, with his arm. So MVP, I am going to go with, I think it's only safe to go with the Bishop, man, Bishop Fitzgerald.
All right. Raul, go ahead. Defensive keys and MVP.
Yeah, I mean, defense to continue doing what they've been doing, which is, dominate at the front and, get to the quarterback. If I remember correctly, I think you said that Michigan State has allowed a ton of sacks, so I expect more of that this Saturday night. I think they're going to be sleeping already by the time they start the game. So it should be. I think they should be able to get to the quarterback, like B Jones mentioned. And if they do that, keep them, one-dimensional, will be. It'll lead for a great Saturday night for us. MVP, I'm gonna have to go with Eric Gentry. I think he's going to have a big night containing Aiden Childs, making sure that he doesn't escape and run on us.
All right. And Trojan Fight said Michigan State is 117th in sacks allowed. So yeah, that's not a good time for him going against the number one sacking defense here. But we really need to make him. We know that that Aiden has gotten better when it comes to passing, but we definitely need to make sure that he stays in the pocket. I feel like the times that he does well when it comes to passing, he kind of creates with his legs and kind of opens up or makes some time for his wide receivers to get open. And we don't know what's going to go on with Nick Marsh, but we can't. I forgot who said that they have two other wide receivers that were in the Biletnikoff watch list. So definitely we got to make sure that we contain that passing offense because we know that's probably what they're going to try to exploit, especially after what happened with us last week against Purdue. So our DBs, whoever is going to be on the opposite side of DeCarlos is going to have to really step up in that position. But I can see a big day for Devin Tompkins and Floyd Boucard and Keyshawn Silver. And who knows, maybe Josh Jarrett can get another pick six. But that would be another. I mean, at that point, it wouldn't be a dream anymore. But for my MVPs, I like what Raul said when it comes to Eric Gentry, but I feel like Cam Fountain's going to be living in the backfield. So I'm going to give it to Cam. I think Cam's going to be the one that's going to be getting a majority of the sacks this week out of the edges, or it could be Brandon Shelby, or it could be Anthony Lucas or Jaden Ramos. He's been getting. I think he's been suiting up recently too. So I think he might start getting some reps too. So either way, our defensive line is going to have fun. Especially with their star tackle being out, or offensive lineman. I don't know what position he plays, but either way, I think that this game is going to be a showcase for our defensive line.
Yep. Oh, real quick, man. We got to give a shout out to Coach Nua.
Yeah.
I mean, just all the edges
a lot of
playing,
people were.
Yeah, Coach Nua definitely don't get enough love, man. We always talk about Coach Henny, which we should, but we can't say Coach Henny without giving Nua his love as well, man. So shout out to Coach Nua.
Yeah, there was a little bit of some people were kind of questioning Sean with last year's pass rush. So he's definitely turned this defensive line around, or the edges around when it comes to that. I think they just needed to really kind of – Anthony Lucas, we know he had some injuries, and then they just need to kind of really catch up. And Cam Fountain really needs to kind of adjust himself to the college football game. So now that they're all full go at this point, there's nothing really stopping them.
Exactly. People tend to forget about Thule, huh? What Noah did for Thule.
Thule, and then Aiden Hutchinson's at Detroit. Yeah. So he's had some impact on a lot of these, on some stars in the defensive line. So in the NFL. But yep, let's go ahead and go with some recruiting here. Did you want me to go through the list of people that are there right now, Guns? I'll go through them here right now. So
few people.
We have some visitors.
Sorry,
you cut out a little bit, Gun. So that's probably why I started going here. But
you're good. Go ahead.
So we have a lot of commits that are going to be on campus, and then we also have a lot of California recruits mixed with some Texas and Georgia and one Hawaii player here. But so for people that are visiting this weekend here, we have a guy that has a great last name for the position he's doing, Sefa Saki, from Deer Park, Ohio. He's an edge rusher for the 2026 class. He'll be on campus. Antoine Baker, safety out of Texas for 2026. And we know Andrew Williams, edge from Fremont, Luke Weaver, Tron Baker, Trent Mosley, Albert Hill, Cannon Smith, Chase Danis, Isan Tafa, Samote Katwanga, Big Tom Tapui, Mark Bowman, and then some recruits that were in the mix for 2027 class. Khalil Terry, DB out of Tustin, California. Shout outs to Jade. Actually, never mind. Jaden wasn't from Jaden Richardson's not from Tustin. He went to the school Tustin, but Gavin Williams, DB from Damien, California, 2027 class. Lincoln Mageo from Oceanside, offensive lineman. Ace Alston, not related to Sean Alston, we've kind of figured out of Ohio, DB. Eli Woodard, wide receiver out of Chaparral, Arizona. Ronaldo Perez, out of Ohio, defensive lineman. KJ Green, Stevenson, Georgia, defensive end or edge. Zane Rowe, out of Geyer, Texas, edge rusher. And then the brother of Trent Mosley, Grant Mosley, from Santa Margarita, class of 2028. He's also a wide receiver, so wide receiver runs in the family. Samson Toa Satele, from Mililani, Hawaii. He's a linebacker. Isla Wiley Ava from St. John Bosco, California, DB. Taven Epps, linebacker out of Tustin, California, and Simone Fila, Oak Hill, California, defensive lineman. So that's all the recruits that we have here. I'm surprised B. Jones did not give me any kind of sound bites going on here, but
I'll let that one go first.
So that's all the recruits that we have. A lot of California recruits and some players that are going around from around the country. So it's definitely going to be a big recruiting weekend for us. I feel like Grant Mosley's kind of a lock at this point with his brother, but you never know. His other brothers at Texas too, so you never know.
Never know. Yeah. I mean, I was going to highlight a few people.
Mark Bowman, real quick. Mark Bowman is here, Eric. He will be here.
But yeah, we do have 2 official visits this weekend as well, right? We have Mr. Saki. He's the edge. He's 6'7". That's just wild to seeing that. So maybe he becomes like a Gentry, right? Gentry was an edge kind of coming into college. Antoine Baker, again, he's a safety. They are looking at him as a corner as well. So multiple positions. So again, those 2 are official visits. So just keep that in mind. 427 kids I want to mention: Khalil Terry, Gavin Williams, Ace Alston, and Lincoln Mageo. Those are, I would say, names just to keep an eye on. Obviously, all of them, but those are the ones that I would say we're definitely pushing hard for, in my opinion. Outside of our class recruiting visits, we got a preferred walk-on. A name is Ty Swanson. He will be our tight end for the 26th class. So if you remember on Sunday, we talked about Mr. Brown from, that essentially moved him off the board. This is the reason for that, it sounds like. So, shout out to him and fight on. And then lastly, 27 QB talk. Obviously with the Peyton Houston stuff, right? He went to LSU. Kavion Bryant is a QB out of Texas, if I'm not mistaken. Sounds like we're going to start going full court press with him. Tech's already getting involved with him. And, we know with Texas, right, Tech, that they like to throw money. So,
yeah. And real quick, Trojan Fight, where are we with Elijah Harmon? He visiting again soon. He was just at USC a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah, and I actually thought I saw a tweet that he'll be at this game this weekend. I'm actually looking, 27. Yeah, according to this one guy, he said he's going to be at this game, so I'm not sure why the insiders didn't put him on the list, but according to this random guy, he's going to be at this game. So,
all right, let's move on to the third quarter now, unless anyone else has any questions in regards to recruiting. All right, forever hold your peace. All right, so let's go ahead and start with our final thoughts and predictions. Guns, go ahead and give us your thoughts and predictions for this game.
Yeah, I just think we just need to be more disciplined, right? And you get that cleaned up as we start getting into this tough stretch after the Michigan State game. So I'd say that's definitely my final thoughts. Prediction, 42-17.
42-17. All right, and Raul.
Final thoughts. I want the defense. I think I saw a stat that we're probably one of the worst teams in the country to allow big explosive plays, whatever that means. In terms of yardage, I'm not sure what that particular number is, but I want the defense to lock in and not have many explosive plays this Saturday night. So hopefully that's the case. I predict a 45-20 game.
45-20. All right. B Jones.
What?
Never mind. We'll just move past you then. It's fine. Give us your final thoughts and predictions.
Oh, like I said, man, I think we jump out early, man. I think it could potentially get ugly. Michigan State, our strengths are definitely opposite of their weaknesses. So my final score prediction is going to be 49-24 Trojans.
Okay, well, all right. And for me, I just think that our offense is going to be too much for their defense. And I also think that we'll find some success on the ground. But for the defense, I just think this is going to be the get right game for USC when it comes to for the passing portion of it here. So this is going to be, I would say, a true test because he is a California kid for Aiden Childs, so we kind of know a little bit about him. And but yeah, I think that Bishop Fitzgerald is going to come away with another pick in this game. So I think he'll be too busy running for his life to make he'll be too busy running for his life to be able to set his feet to throw an accurate ball. So I think Bishop's going to come away with a pick for this one, and who knows, maybe DeCarlos will. So, but my prediction will be 48 to I'd say 20. All right, going into the fourth quarter here. Let's go ahead and let's see how well I'm going to do this time. I'm going to try to make some crazy picks again, and I won't just follow what you guys say here. So, Guns, go ahead and take it away.
All right, let's get to it real quick, just so everyone's on the same page. BC is the leader, 85%.
Damn right.
And the last place right now is Raul at 78%.
See, now I can talk, Raul.
All right, let's get into the Big Ten games here. So we have one on Friday, Iowa versus Rutgers. It is at Rutgers. Iowa is the 2.5-point favorite. I'm going to go Iowa here. Raul.
You're on mute.
What's the spread, Guns?
2.5.
2.5. I'll pass. I'll let B Jones go first.
He said he was going to do it. Just do your pick, bro. Just do your pick.
I really don't know who I'm picking yet. That's why.
Bro, it's Iowa and Rutgers.
Yeah.
One of the two.
He doesn't want to be last anymore, so he's trying to make educated picks now.
Yeah, he doesn't want somebody copying him. Is what he doesn't want.
No, that's not.
All right, we'll let you slide for this one, but you better have your picks for the next ones. So B Jones, then fine.
I'm going Iowa.
All right, BC.
I'm gonna go with Rutgers. They're at home. It's a night game, and we're still kind of weary about Iowa's quarterback. So I'm not totally sold on whatever person he is, but I want to go with Rutgers.
I'll go Iowa, guys.
Okay.
Is it because you saw Anthony James's post that you went with
I
Iowa?
haven't even seen Anthony's James post. I was over here looking at my phone.
All right.
All right, next game here. Oregon State at Oregon. Anybody taking Oregon State?
Did you give us yours, Guns?
Yeah, Iowa.
Iowa, okay.
Yeah, so anyone going to go Oregon State over Oregon?
No.
I want Rajon to go off and hopefully have a good game, but sorry, Rajon, but Oregon, and this is at Oregon, so but it's a rival game, so you never know.
Sure, that's true. All right, looks like no takers though, but all right, next one is Illinois at Indiana. Pretty much one of the big games for Big Ten. Indiana is the favorite by 5.5. Again, they are the home team. Man, I've gone back and forth on this.
Yeah, this one's tough.
This one's really tough. I'm actually surprised it's 5.5. Oof. I'm gonna go Illinois. I'm going Illinois here.
This could be a decided game for
This
us.
will be definitely a lot. Raul, what you got?
I'm gonna go Illinois as well.
Okay. B. Jones.
You said it's at Illinois, right?
Nope.
At Indiana. Yeah.
And it's a 6:30 game.
It's a big risk that we're taking, Guns, but I'll take it.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to Illinois. I need them undefeated.
Oh, you guys are pansies. I'm just kidding. But really quick, shout outs to Solo Dolo. I've ran into him at the Michigan game, or the not Michigan, Minnesota game, and I ran into him at the Purdue game. So shout outs to him. But I'm going to go with Indiana. I know we want Illinois to be ranked by the time we play them, because then it will give us a good chance of getting in the big noon game. Or
I mean, they'll still be ranked.
yeah, but
yeah, there's talks that the big noon kickoff crew might not actually be there though. But
Fernando Mendoza has been looking pretty good for Indiana, so I'm gonna go with Indiana for this game.
And B. Jones, you went Illinois, right?
No.
Yes, you did.
Illinois.
Okay. I didn't. Okay. I hear Illinois. All right. Next game here, Maryland at Wisconsin. Wisconsin is a 9.5-point favorite. I'm gonna go Wisconsin. Raul. You said Wisconsin?
Yes, sir.
Okay. B. Jones?
You said, sorry, Wisconsin and
Maryland.
Maryland.
Wisconsin's the home team.
yeah, give me Wisconsin.
Okay. All right. And BC.
Let me see. They have a freshman quarterback, right? Yeah. You know what?
He might come back the starter, but yeah.
Wait, Malik Washington's out?
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about Washington or Wisconsin. Sorry.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Maryland.
Okay, you're going with Maryland. All right.
I'm making some very questionable choices.
no worries.
It worked well for me last week. So
Hey, it might work again. Yeah. All right. Next one here is Purdue at Notre Dame. Anybody gonna pick Purdue?
wait, it's okay. Yeah, so they're at Notre Dame. What's the spread on
Is
this?
at Notre Dame. The spread is 26.5.
I don't think Notre Dame covers. I'll tell you that.
That's not the question here. As much as I want,
you sticking with Notre Dame, or you feel like you're pondering over there?
Nah, I wish Notre Dame.
Okay, Notre Dame. Okay, looks like we're all Notre Dame. Okay.
yeah, Notre Dame.
and then we can have them lose again.
I told every Purdue fan, I was like, I hope you guys win against Notre Dame, but screw you guys today. So,
All right. another Big Ten game. Michigan at Nebraska. Michigan is a 1.5 point favorite. Just a reminder, Sharon Moore is not going to be coaching this game.
Oh, he's
Just
not.
so you got, yes, he is not going to be coaching this game. Yes. I got Nebraska on this game. What do you got, Raul?
Yeah, give me Nebraska. I think the crowd is definitely going to play a factor.
Okay. B. Jones.
Nebraska.
Okay.
Sorry, James Monroe.
You know
What's
what's
up?
crazy though? I remember at the very beginning of the season, you guys like, do you guys have faith now in Dylan Raiola, or what's going on here?
We said he looked good.
Crowd and
No,
freshman.
I remember that at the very beginning of
That's
the
not
year,
bad.
I feel like you guys are all down on Dylan Raiola.
I absolutely 100% said that he would look better. I didn't say he was going to be great. I still don't think he's that great, but he looks better.
I'm gonna go with Michigan.
It's going to be a close game. Yeah, I mean,
It is.
BC, you could be right on this one. It's a close game.
Give me Michigan.
All right.
Next game here is Washington at Washington State. Rivalry game. The spread is 20.5, so I'm just going to ask it. Anybody going to pick Washington State on this one?
No, their running back is too good. Jonah Williams. Is it Jonah Williams or
Jonah Coleman, I think, is the
Coleman?
name.
Yeah. Oh, Jonah
And
Williams.
then the QB is Damon Williams. So
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and he's good too. So, but
Yeah, he's
Washington
nice,
all the
yeah.
way for this one.
okay, looks like everyone's in agreement. All right, guys. Well, that was the Big Ten. Now we got some non-Big Ten games here.
Wait, well,
Some
how's
good ones. First one here is Texas Tech at Utah. All right, both undefeated. The spread is 3.5 Utah. I'm gonna go Utah here in this game. Raul.
Yeah, I'm going to go Utah. I think the crowd obviously is a tough place to play at, so I'll give the edge to Utah.
Utah, right?
Yep.
Okay. Just make sure. Sorry. B. Jones.
I'm going to go Utah too.
All right, perfect.
Yeah,
PC.
I'll go with Utah. I'm not gonna go against you guys on this one. It's at Utah, so that's a hard place to play.
Absolutely. All right, next one here is SMU 2-1, traveling to TCU 2-0. The spread is 6.5 TCU. I'm gonna go SMU here.
Same.
Raul.
Sorry.
Are you on mute?
No, he's not.
Whatever you guys went opposite, I'll go opposite. Sorry, I was distracted here, guys. I think you said SMU. I'll go to TCU. They're at Texas Christen.
Yeah, SMU at TCU, and TCU's favored by 6.5.
Yeah, give me TCU.
All right, perfect. All right. B. Jones.
SMU.
SMU, okay. And BC.
SMU. I don't think TCU's disciplined at this point.
SMU, okay. All right. Next one here is an SEC matchup. Auburn at Oklahoma. Both are undefeated. The spread is 6.5 Oklahoma, and I do have the Sooners in this game.
Roll.
Yeah, I think Oklahoma with the quarterback looks good. So, Oklahoma.
Okay. B. Jones?
Same. Oklahoma.
I kind of want to give it to Auburn. I kind of want Jackson Arnold to get some revenge on his old team. But
Yeah.
I think I've made enough of risky calls right now, so I'm going to go with Oklahoma. It's at Oklahoma, so.
Okay. All right. Next game here. North Carolina 2-1, traveling to UCF to see our good old friend Alex Grinch. UCF is a 6.5 point favorite. I'm gonna go UCF here. Raul.
Mute.
Mute.
If we Bill Belichick on this.
We got B Jones.
I was gonna say Chapel Bill as well, but Raul did it.
Hey, we got different picks. You can go ahead and use that as an
No,
excuse.
you did last for a reason. You did last for a reason.
Hey, I want to
Yeah,
win.
give me UCF.
You said UCF, sorry?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sure, sorry. And then BC?
See, the thing about it is they have Alex Grinch, so I can't trust anything with Alex Grinch. So I'm gonna go with Belichick, North Carolina.
All right, there we go. There we go. Next one here is NC State at Duke. Duke is 1-2. NC State is 3-0. Duke is the favorite here by 3.5 points. Kind of gone back and forth. I'm gonna go Duke here. I think Duke gets the first win of ACC. Raul.
Yeah, give me Duke.
Okay, B Jones.
I'm gonna go NC State.
Okay, all right, there we go. There we go.
NC State.
NC State for BC. Okay, all right, there we go. All right, next one here is Florida at Miami. This is where College Game Day is supposed to be for some stupid reason. 7.5 is the spread for Miami. I do have Miami. I guess is anyone going to pick Florida? I know this is a close matchup, but I don't know. I feel like
No, I think what's his name is trying to get him fired at this point now. Throwing 5 interceptions.
Okay. All right. I think we're all on the same page there. Okay. Next one here is Arizona State 2-1 going to Baylor, who is also 2-1. Baylor is 2.5 point favorite.
Really?
I'm gonna go with ASU here for the game. Raul.
Give me ASU as well.
Okay.
Same.
B Jones. All right. Perfect.
Go opposite,
NBC.
Go opposite, B Jones.
Nope, not this time.
I think so. It's ASU versus. Is it at ASU?
Baylor.
At Baylor.
At Baylor. Mm-hmm.
Give me Baylor.
Yes, sir. Give you Baylor. Okay, there we go. All right, we have a late game here. Fresno State, our guy Entz there, traveling to
You cut out Guns.
Hawaii. 1-1.
You cut.
Am I good now?
So it's Fresno State.
Fresno
versus
State
Hawaii.
at Hawaii.
Okay.
Yeah, Fresno State at Hawaii. Fresno State is the favorite by 2.5. I'm gonna go Hawaii here.
Give me
Raul.
Hawaii. Give me Hawaii. It ends.
B Jones.
Oh, I'm going to go Fresno State as well.
Fresno State.
Wait, you're
NBC.
the only one that's taken Fresno State so far. B Jones. I think
Okay.
Guns. You went with Hawaii, right?
I did.
Okay, well, yeah, Fresno State.
I think Entz is finally getting his bearings as a head coach in the FBS. So I think Fresno State.
Bro, you went Fresno State, right?
No, he went Hawaii.
Okay, you went Hawaii. Sorry. Okay.
All because of that.
All right.
That's all. That's the only reasoning.
Fine.
Gotcha. Makes
That's
sense.
the only
makes
reason
sense.
I need.
All right, enjoying this. Arkansas at Memphis. Arkansas is the favorite by 7.5. Give me Arkansas, Raul.
Same. Arkansas.
Okay. B Jones.
Same.
Okay, and BC.
It's at Arkansas.
At
Memphis.
Memphis. Mm-hmm. At Memphis.
Arkansas.
Okay. All right, last one here. BYU traveling across the country. Basically, BYU going to East Carolina. The spread is 6.5. I still like BYU here. Raul?
BYU.
Okay. D. Jones.
Same.
East Carolina. He said East Carolina.
And Blackie. Hey.
We'll go BYU.
Okay. Well, that does it. That's our picks for this week 4. So we'll tune in Sunday to find out who's the winner. Most likely me. But yeah, let's find out.
All right. Well, that's the show, guys. Here.
Get some help.
So, come back on Sunday when we have our post-game reaction to USC versus Michigan State, and hopefully Raul will be able to make it. B. Jones, are you going to be at that game or no?
No, I won't be able to make this one, man. I got to be up way too early in the morning.
Okay, so hopefully Raul can find someone to help out, and so you can make it to this game. But until next time, guys, we're going to get out of here. Until next time, keep the torch burning bright and fight on.